And she's literally the reason that I posted any of my YouTube videos. Like, I was rejected by my coworker and it's costing me my job.
Down, yeah. I've been feeling so down, yeah. Can you tell me why?
Hi, how y'all doing today? My name is Mackenzie Kirby. Welcome back to the Weak Minded Podcast. So today we are just going to be doing like an introduction type podcast about like who I am and why I want to do a podcast and everything. So I don't know, I just got to tell y'all today there's been a ringing going on in my house, and I don't know if it's like a ringing like a cricket, like, you know, but it wasn't loud like a cricket. Like, it's like weird. It's like a like, it's like a weird, really weird sound, and I keep going. I literally, no joke, have been in my living room and walking around my house looking like a crazy woman like 7 times trying to find out where this animal or thing or whatever it is. There we go. I think that one's a little bit better right there. Yeah, so today we're gonna be diving into just like how I've been, to be honest, because if you know me, if you've been following my YouTube, which is gonna be posted on my regular YouTube channel, I don't think I'm gonna make another channel for my podcast, but I haven't posted in about a month or so, and probably when this comes out it's probably gonna be like 2 months. But the last video that I did film was my boyfriend's surprise party, and I still haven't posted that video, and that I filmed that back in June and July because I was planning the party, so obviously I was doing it over a couple days. But yeah, I've just been slacking these days. And sorry if I'm on my phone if you're watching the video version of the podcast, because I literally need to be on it to be talking about all these things. So yeah, if you have been following me, like I said, my name is Mackenzie. I've been doing videos since back in high school. I think sophomore year. I think junior year actually, but sophomore year for sure, because I was 16, 15. And yeah, sorry if you hear my dogs also, because they are in here. But yeah, I've always wanted to do a podcast. I've been watching podcasts this morning of Tana and Whitney Cummings and Tana and Trish. I think those came out yesterday, so I don't know how that is framed to when I post this video, but those videos came out today. So I mean yesterday. So I've watched those. I watched the Trish one last night, and I watched the Whitney Cummings this morning. Like, it's literally still on my laptop right there, and I'm halfway through it. My podcast that I usually listen to, like I said, one's with Tana in it, which is literally all of them, so I really can't say that because she's in all the podcasts ever in the world. But I usually watch like Unfiltered, Zane and Heath, Remy and Alicia, the Pretty Basic Podcast, like period, the best one literally ever. It's just like you can just put it on and listen to them talk, and it doesn't even matter what they're talking about, but it's just like good. The Zach Sang Show, I don't really listen to that one that often. Like, it's usually if a good guest is on, that's when I'll listen to it, or somebody that I know. But obviously when the Brooke Schofield and all that stuff happened with Tana, I was like, I don't think I want to do this Zach Sang Show, because like they're kind of messy, to be honest. And like, if he was friends with her and he did that and like asked us questions, kind of like low-key hurtful. Like, don't do that. But I mean, he's cool. Like, if he has a good guest on, I'm gonna watch it, you know what I mean? Like, it's obviously I'm gonna watch it. In the Emma Chamberlain podcast, I just realized the other day, like, I was going through YouTube, and I was like, I don't really listen to Emma's podcast anymore. Like, I'll randomly search it up and I'll listen to it, you know, just on Spotify if I'm like out of town. Like, if I'm going to Atlanta or something, Atlanta's like 4 hours from me. If I'm driving at least a couple hours away, I might put it on. It's gonna be in my roster just because another voice to listen to. But also, she's like interesting, and we love Emma Chamberlain, and she's literally the reason that I posted any of my YouTube videos. It all started with Emma Chamberlain, because period, it's Emma. Like, she set the record for like all the YouTubers to be like, you can start in high school and be like cool and like lame for a little bit. Like, not that she's lame, because I mean, we know Emma, but she's just herself, and then she just like made it. Like, she's there, she's up there, and yeah. So like I said, I'm not trying to repeat myself that much. Like I said, I've been doing YouTube since high school, about sophomore year. I did it in high school for a little while. It was a couple more people that did it in high school, and then I stopped for a while. And then I started back again when I got out of high school, when I was living by myself, just because I was like, really just because I was bored, and I wasn't like inspired. I guess I was inspired because when I was living by myself, I was working out every day. I was like doing all this stuff to be like, I'm doing it. Like, there was no question. If I wanted to do something, I just did it, you know what I mean? But now I live with my boyfriend. We live in this house, so I still be doing stuff that I want to do, but it's just like not as sporadic. And like, literally when I did stuff in my apartment, it was just out of pure boredom, to be honest. So it really wasn't nothing I just like wanted to do. It was just stuff that was in the moment fun to do, and like, why not do it if you're just doing nothing at the moment, you know what I mean? So yeah. Sorry, I'm not trying to bore y'all or do anything, but this is just like how it's done. I think I'm actually gonna go to Reddit and read some of these posts and like just, you know, give my reaction. And if I have some advice, I could, but like, I don't know, I really have the best advice in the world, because I haven't, you know, I'm not the best advice giver. Okay, so okay, I'm gonna read this one just because I have a story of my own to share after the fact. So we're gonna read this one, and then I'm gonna give y'all my 2 cents, and then I'm gonna tell y'all what's up. So this is the r/dating. I was rejected by my coworker and it's costing me my job. That's the title. So first, just off of that, like, no, like just off the title, I haven't even read the thing yet. It's just giving, they were coming on to you and you were like, no. And then they were like, oh, okay, rejection. And then they just automatically go and just try to get you fired because they're just so ashamed. I'm just going to assume it's a girl, and then the man was hitting on her and then she lost her job. That's what I'm just going to assume. I'm not really sure, obviously, because I haven't read it yet. But that's my assumption, because men are men, you know what I mean? When they don't have what they want, they just like get irate. It's like someone saying, oh, you're so cute, blah, blah, you want to go out? And you're like, no. And they're like, you're fat anyway. Like, it's just like men. Like, if you're a woman, if you're a man, probably, you still just know, like, it's just men. It's just how they are. They don't really think at all, you know, just like, they just go with the flow, and then like, it doesn't really mean anything, like, it doesn't make any sense. So yeah, let's read the story. It says, as the title says, I, 34 male, was rejected by my coworker, 31 female. Wow. Turned the script right there, to be honest, because I really thought it was going to be a female and a male coming onto her. After months of hanging out, walking on our breaks, chopping it up, and going to many lunches together, I felt like there was a spark. After a month ago, I decided to just drop the bomb on her and tell her that I liked her. Liked her. Romantically. I wanted to be honest and as possible, so she could respond honestly to avoid any type of issue. Well, I guess that she didn't even say yes, I feel the same way, or anything about you was no. Not even as I see you as a friend. I have taken her silence as a rejection. We haven't spoken for about a month. Other than that, any work conversations we needed to have. We're in different departments. That's good. So I sit like 5 feet away. Alright, so let's just keep going with this story. So he said he liked her. He wanted to be like romantic with her. And she said, and they just like didn't say anything. But they're 5 feet away, which is really weird, to be honest. Is it 5 feet in the wall, or is it just 5 feet? Because it's 5 feet in a room, especially like a big warehouse room. That's not far away. And he said it like it was a relief, like it was 5 feet away, like in a different department. Anyways, let's continue. He said, I'm dying inside daily, and my bad energy is starting to spill everywhere. My boss has noticed it and made comments to me. I'm afraid we're going to lose this job unless I'm able to find a way to get over this. Is it that deep, though? Like, I mean, they're in their 30s. So, I mean, like, I guess maybe they've been months of hanging out. I mean, like, maybe he's like in love with this girl. He said he liked her and stuff, but like, just take it on the, like, tap on the button, like, leave. Like, I mean, like, it's like not that deep, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, all right, good job, you're good, good game, you played well, you're good. It's a little rejection. Like, I mean, like, I don't understand. He said, sorry for misspelling and punctuation areas, but I really need some advice. Thanks in advance. I don't really understand the big deal, to be honest. This was posted 19 hours ago. I don't know if there's any updates or anything, but I think that's a little silly, because I mean, if you liked her that much, I mean, it's cool. You gotta spell out your emotions and tell her how you feel, and like tell her what's up, and like, obviously he wants that reciprocated. But if it's not reciprocated and then she's just silent, like it's not even the ordeal that I thought was gonna happen. I thought it was gonna be an ordeal where like he tells her how he feels, and then, or she tells him how she feels, or whatever. I mean, I thought it was just gonna be a man coming to a woman trying to be low-key harassment, because my first thought about anything like this, when it's costing somebody's job, it's always harassment. But he's literally just sad. Like, it's nothing for real. Is there any updates? So the #1 post right here, it's pinned. The #1 post and it's pinned. It says, welcome to r/dating, blah, 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 blah. It says, I wouldn't say that the action of asking out a coworker is costing your job. It's the way you're handling the rejection. I mean, like, for real, though. Like, it's not even like a rejection because she didn't say anything. Like, she literally just like breathed. Like, she didn't even say anything. And I mean, I think that's a clear indicator, because if she would have liked you, I mean, some people are shy, so maybe she wouldn't even like spoke up or anything. But like, I don't think anybody, if you like somebody and they say they like you randomly, you wouldn't just sit there in silence. You know what I mean? Especially after the fact. Like, it's been 19 hours since he posted this. If somebody would have texted him, or she would have texted him and been like, hey, what's up? Then, like, you know what's up. But like, obviously, if she's silent, she's like, oh, okay, I thought we were just friends. He's kind of giving weird vibes. I'm gonna back up, because I've had those situations. Like, off that story, like, I was at work one time and this dude, like, this cook, let's just call him Tommy. I don't know, his name was not Tommy, but let's just call him Tommy. Like, he was a cook, and he would every time I would come in, he'd be like, oh, you look so good today. I'm like, thank you. But he was like low-key a drunk and like too old for me. I was like 17 at the time, and he was like 30 something. Like, it was just like, no. But like, if you worked in a restaurant, you know, like, the kitchen loves the servers. Like, they love it. They eat it up. They eat it up, because you go back there and you're like, can I please get some Alfredo sauce? Just a little side, so you don't have to bring it in. And they're like, yeah, girl, I got you, man, I got you. Like, what's up? Like, it's just like, that's just how it be. But yeah, this dude, he would like we would go back outside, like where the dumpsters are. Like, that's where they were like go outside and have their smoke breaks or whatever. But obviously, I don't smoke. I don't know if it's obvious, but I don't smoke like cigarettes or anything, so I wouldn't be outside smoking or anything. But every time I would go out there, like, just to catch a break from it all, to be honest, he would be out there and he would have those little, you know, those little tiny bottles that are like plastic of like the 1800 or the Patron or something like that, like the little tiny bottles. He would have those little shooter ones, and he would just line them up beside the dumpster, like on the dumpster actually. So he would go around the side, he would take it and then just set it right there as like his prize. And like at the end of the night, or like the next day, because I don't think he would throw them away, they would just be there. It would be just like a line of them, like 8 or 10 of them, and everybody's like, you good? Like, are you just drunk? Like, on this, beside this hot stove right here, are you drunk? Like, are you good? But he would always get so angry. He would walk out all the time. Like, it was terrible. But he would be hitting on me like that. But it wasn't to the point where it was like it was obviously rejection. It was just like, no. No. And then, like, you know, if they do it every day, you're just like, all right, dude, like, come on. But you just like ignore it at that point. You just like come in there and you're just like, all right, he's gonna do it. All right, cool, whatever. But if it comes to a point where it's just like annoyance, like, it's just like a different story. Like, there was this other dude at work. Let's not talk about Tommy. We're done with Tommy. We have other stories from Tommy, because he's like weird. But like, switching to another person. Let's call this dude Timmy. Tommy and Timmy. So Timmy is another dude from work, and he worked in the kitchen. So I saw him like all the time. But he was also like sometimes. Scratch what I just said. I don't want to give any details of who this man is. But he worked in the kitchen a lot. His name is Timmy. That's what we're gonna call him. His name is not Timmy, but we're gonna call him Timmy. He would always hit on me and stuff like that. But when I first started at my job, I was 17. So when I was there, I think I was 17, maybe about to be 18. I was 17 for sure, though. I don't know how far along I was in the process of being. I don't know how far along I was. Like, I'm carrying a baby, being 17. Anyways, yeah, when I was 17, he would hit on me all the time. And this man was 30 something, almost 40. Like, I know that for a fact. Like, he was probably 40. No, he wasn't 40 at the time. He was probably like 30 something, like late 30s. But he would hit on me all the time. And I was just like, bro. Sorry, I thought my dog was going to knock over the camera. Yeah, I would be like, bro, no. And I was like, no. And I would just constantly be like, no. And then one day he was like saying something. I forgot what he said. I think he said something like, get in them draws or something like that, like something crazy, like off the wall type comment, like. And then I remember I turned my neck around. I was getting a cup of ice. I turned my neck around after he said that comment, and it was like right in my ear too. And I was like, I already like broke back up, but he said that, and I was like, what? And I just like walked away. And I don't even know, at the end of the shift, I was about to leave or whatever, I left, got in my car, came back, and I was like, we have this space behind the bar before you go into the kitchen or whatever, and it's just like where the servers be standing and stuff like that. And he wasn't a server, but yeah, whenever I went over there, I was like, and by the way, don't you ever talk to, I was just like screaming at him, don't you ever talk to me like that again in your life. Like, who do you think you are talking to me? I'm 17, you're like 30, 40, like, this is ridiculous. Like, what's wrong with you? I'm gonna report you next time you do that. Don't ever do that to me again. And then he was just like he didn't know. He was fumbled. He didn't know what to do. He fumbled the bag. Didn't know what to say. He was stunned. Period. Get him in a tussle like that, girl. Make him fumble his words. Make him get scared. Make him sweat. because that's what he should have been doing, because he's nasty. But yeah, he was just sitting there, didn't know what to say, dumbfounded. And I was like, all right, so I just left. I was red as a tomato because, as you can see, I'm a light-skinned girl. I was red as a tomato. I ran out the door, ran to my car, and I was like, oh my god, oh my god. And I didn't know what to do, because I've never worked in like a not corporate job, but like I've never worked in like a job with this many like employees. Like, this was my second actual job that I've been in. Like, the job that I had before this, I was in a truck going around like giving out people ice cones and stuff like that. Like, that's what I did before this. So I mean, this was my only job, but I had like so many coworkers around me all the time, because when I did the little truck job, it was just me, you know what I mean? So I didn't know what to do. I didn't know there was a protocol where you can like report somebody, you can like fill out a paper, even if it's just like a little incident. I never knew that. But my dog farted, bro. It stank. Sorry, I need to give me a sip of coffee. So while I'm doing a sip of coffee, y'all could just watch this incense over here. I don't know if you can see the smoke from the incense, but y'all can just look at this green light. I have a lot of green going on today. I got a green mug, a green cup for my water, green lights going on. I don't know what's happening. I think I'm just accepted the green fate in me. Like, it's just what's gonna happen today. Man, look at me running my mouth, and now my coffee cold. I knew I should have made iced coffee, because I can't sit here and talk and then reach over and my coffee still be warm. I got this warmer. Listen, I'm so ADD right now. Like, I'm just... I don't have ADHD, I have ADD, where I just like get stuck on one topic, but then like I can't focus on anything else but that topic, and then I go to another topic and I'm like, oh, that's interesting too, and then I can just talk for years about it. But yeah, these podcasts, I want them to be like around 30 minutes, 30 to 45, especially if it's just me. What did I just... Am I okay? Was that a raspberry? Anyways, if it's just me, I just want it to be like 30 to 45 minutes, because I don't know if I can talk for that long and be interesting. I don't know if I can talk that long for anybody to want to hear it, especially for me to edit it, because it's a long time for somebody to talk. But Sadie Crowell, I think that's how you say her name, she just did a podcast with her boyfriend. I watched that the other day. It was pretty good, to be honest. It was kind of funny. She's just funny, and she's just like pretty, and she's just like relatable. I don't know if I'm relatable, because like I can try to be relatable, but like the things I say, it's just like, you know, like there's nothing I can say that's just like people can like relate to. I mean, people can relate to that, but like when I be telling my stories at work, people be like they low-key, like they're like, I'm sorry for you, and I'm just laughing. I'm like, yeah, you know, and like and they're like, do you go to therapy? I'm like, yes. Actually, I need to go to therapy, like actually really bad. What was I talking about before this? Anyways, the story about the coworker, I don't know if that was over or not. Oh yeah, I yelled at him or whatever, and then the next day he was like, I'm so sorry, baby girl, that's just like how I talk to people. Like, I don't know if you took it a certain way. And I'm like, you literally said you wanted to be in my drawers, and I'm 17. How else would I take that, man? Like, what? But anyways, I mean, when I got to know him a little bit more, because I was, you know, working there for a little bit longer, that's just how he is, like, actually. But like, doesn't make it less creepy. It doesn't make it acceptable just because that's how you are. Like, you could be like grabbing everybody and just like, it's just how I am. I'm just touchy. I'm just harassment-y. Like, that's assault. Get off me. Like, what do you mean? All right, I've changed positions a little bit. Trying to get more comfy. I don't know how to sit in this chair, to be honest. I don't want to like show my whole cooter to you, but like, kind of want to put my feet up. You know what I mean? You like my pants? They're so soft. This top does not go with these pants, but like low-key gives, to be honest, because it's giving Skims a little bit. This chair is so squeaky. Also, I'm really mad. Listen, okay, so what was I talking about? I need to go get back on track. So I was talking about the dude at work or whatever, cool, like harassment-y. But like I was saying about the r/dating, the rejected by my coworker and it's costing me my job. Like, bro, be so for real. Like, you need a little help if that's costing you your job and you don't feel like you could be at work anymore because you got rejected. Like, come on. Also, I don't know if y'all have seen that video. Like, this happened the other day. Like, I don't even know where it was at, but like this little girl was in the classroom. I don't even know if it was like a college classroom or like a actual classroom, because the classroom kind of looked small by the way the person was recording it. But it was this girl in the classroom, and then like she threw the shoe at the board when the teacher was teaching, and then the teacher turned around, and you could tell like there was tension between the girl and the teacher beforehand. Like, you can just tell, and she was probably like one of those annoying students where like you don't even want her in there, because as soon as she comes in there, she's like being all sassy and stuff like that. But she threw the shoe at the teacher, and the teacher came over there, and her feet were like this, like just like sitting up, and she had one shoe on, and the teacher was like, did you throw the shoe? And then she was like, no. it's not my shoe. And then like going back and forth about her, not her shoe, but she has no shoe on, so it doesn't make any sense. And I think she puts the shoe back on her, and then she's like, I want you to get in my classroom. And she's like, no. And then she was like, what are you gonna do? And like, if you've seen the video, like, it's like, bro, like, she's giving so much attitude. And high school or college, whatever class it is, like, bro, sit down. Like, what are you doing? Literally, what are you doing? It doesn't even make any sense. I don't even care what the teacher was saying beforehand. If you don't want to be in that classroom and she's annoying you, and then she's like, we only have 30 minutes left in this class anyway. Like, girl, leave then. Leave if you're going to be like that. Because obviously the other people in there are trying to get their work done, and they're at school. College or high school, whatever grade it was. It looks like it was high school. Like, just stop. Like, you're immature. Like, stop. You're acting like you're the main character. You're not. You're not the main character in the story. You're at school. Everybody's at school. The teacher's there doing her job. Like, chill out. Like, come on. And be so for real. I don't get how people can just, like, act so entitled and then act like they could just be like that. And then, like, the teacher was like, I don't know if your mom lets you act like this when you're home. And she's like, and she does. And what about it? And what if I do? Like, girl, grow up. Please grow up. No. Like, it's not cute. It's not funny. You're not relatable. You're not, like... You're not doing something by doing that. Like, you look cringy, first of all. You look like you don't know how to act, because I don't care what you've been through in your life. Like, act like a grown-up. Like, be for real. Like, really act like a grown-up. Like, I don't care. Like, you're at school. Like, act civil. Don't even talk, actually, if you're just gonna act like that. Like, you're not that immature and that, like, dumb. Or you could just do that and then think that's okay. Like, there's no way you think that's okay. Like, for real, to be honest. But, I don't understand any people, actually. I've just been getting tired of people in general. This car just went back and forth like 4 times. Anyways, I don't get any people these days. Like I said earlier, I have this serving job that I was talking about that was a couple years ago, because I'm 21 now, and that story that I told was when I was 17. But I just can't stand people these days. Like, I really cannot. Like, rude people, I'm just not gonna have it. Like, I literally walked up to my table the other day and I was like, hey, how y'all doing today? And then they just looked at me and they were like, stop. Because you're coming here to eat. I'm being paid to serve you. Like, don't do that. Don't come in here with attitude. Did I greet you with attitude? No. And then I hate when people are just feeling like they're so entitled. Like, being a server is, like, so difficult because people get server confused with servant. Not the same thing. Server. I serve you is my job. Servant, it's my job. I have to do it, and I probably don't even get paid. Like, no, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm getting paid not even minimum wage. Like, I'm getting paid $2.13, boy, to do this job. And if you're going to be over here and get an attitude with me, bye, you're done. You're literally done. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to deal with nobody having no fat attitude over nothing. Like, especially when I know I didn't do nothing to them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why are you being so annoying? Like, why are you being so irritating? Like, I remember this one time, I'm gonna tell y'all this one story that literally got me, my guy. Like, got me. Whenever I was serving this one time, this table, I had walked up to them and I was like, hey, how y'all doing? They were like, good. Like, I've had 2 instances of people, not maybe more than 2 2 ones that I remember, because I have this problem with, if I don't like a memory, I'll just erase it, or I'll change it to how I like it. So I'm not really sure if these memories are faded from like how I changed them, or like faded from just trying to forget them, you know what I mean? So I'm not really sure. But this one time I remember I had walked up to a table and I was like, hey, how you doing? And they were like, good. And then they asked me, like, are you from here? And I was like, yeah. And then they were like, oh, have you been to the movies? Like, our movie theater was closing or something like that. And I was like, no, I haven't been yet. And they were like, well, it's closing down. And I was like, yeah. And then randomly she was like, so what are you? And it was just like dead silence for a second. Like, I think it was one of my only tables, one of two tables. And I was like, excuse me? And then she was like, see, well, I'm 3% Cherokee. So, like, I understand, like, the colored people, like, what are you saying? What are you saying? What are you asking me? What are you saying right now? And then she just started going on about, like, I remember when these people, we used to have separate bathrooms. I remember when all this happened, blah, blah, blah. She was like an older lady. And then she was like, and I always knew that I understood that, like, they were talking about me too. And she was the whitest lady I have ever seen in my life. And I'm not saying that that just because she's white, but, like, she said 3%. And she used that like it was a badge. She was like, this is my 3% and I'm proud. And I'm proud of it. And I'm gonna say it. So, yeah, and then I just was awkwardly like walked away. I was just like backpedaled out the conversation. I was like, all right, we're done here. But yeah. Anyways, I love podcasts, and I don't know how often I'm gonna do these type podcasts because they take a little bit to film, and then I don't know how long it's gonna take to edit because I haven't edited a podcast before. I've only edited YouTube videos, and it takes me a while to edit YouTube videos, maybe because of so many cuts. I'm not trying to do not any cuts, but I'm not trying to do a lot of cuts in these videos because I just want it to be like kind of like a flow, just like we're talking, like conversation. If you have any topics I want me to talk about, please let me know below. It's not done. Don't click out. I'm still talking, but yeah. My last video was healthy habits, and the last one before that was the smoke with me, and I don't know if I'm gonna do like a smoke with me type podcast because like I get real lazy when I smoke, that type of stuff. So I don't know if that's like in my cards right about now, but because I'm trying to have more free time these days to like do things that I actually like instead of going to my serving job where I hate looking at people these days. Like I walk in and I'm just like depressed. Currently it's Friday, September 1st, so that's gonna be so fun. I think is it Labor Day this weekend or is it this weekend? I'm not really sure. So not really looking forward to that because that just means more entitled people thinking that they're gonna run the restaurant when they get in the restaurant. You know what I mean? So not excited about that. But I don't know how I'm gonna be doing on this because like I'm really comfortable with talking to a camera just because I've been talking to a camera since a while, especially like when I was living by myself. Like I just got really comfortable talking to a camera because nobody was around. It was just like me 24/7 unless my boyfriend came over or like something like that, or I went to work or something. I was just constantly like in silence in my apartment unless I had my Alexa playing something. Sorry if I made your Alexa go off. Oh my gosh, quit saying her name. Alexa. So yeah. I'm really comfortable with talking about a camera. I just need more topics to talk about to like keep the conversation flowing. I don't know if this conversation was flowing or if it was just like all over the place. Pretty sure it was all over the place because I want to have like a setup where like I come in, I'm like, hey, how y'all doing? And I like say my week, how it's been last couple days. I need to start taking notes about like when I want to say something, like say a story or something like that, or like an instance that happened, or like a common thing that happens to people. I just want to have a couple of stories to tell at the first of it, and then like maybe if I have like a big topic I want to talk about, then I could just be like, okay, now we're getting into it, we'll say the whole topic. Or if it's like Reddit stories, me reading those and then just reacting to those, I can do that, and then at the end just wrap it up how I felt about it and stuff like that. That's how I kind of want my setup to be for these podcasts. So let me know if there's anything y'all want me to actually talk about. I don't know what I'm gonna talk about, but lately I've been on this kick of like watching movie series back to back. Like I just watched The Hunger Games and now I'm watching Divergent and stuff. Like I don't understand why I'm watching these back, but it's just like the most interesting thing I've ever done because I don't know, I forgot a lot of these movies. Like I know the gist of like what happens, but like when I'm watching it, I'm like, I had no idea this movie was like this. But so I'm gonna wrap it up. It's been about 30 minutes of this podcast, and yeah, I don't think y'all need to hear me talk for any longer. Y'all are probably already clicked out. Actually, it's probably the viewing has stopped since the first two minutes of the podcast. But if y'all did like the podcast, let me know some topics I want me to talk about. Snapchat me, Instagram DM me, like anything actually you want to do. You don't have to comment on the video, but I mean I would love if you commented on the video. But yeah, I read my comments if you didn't know. This is the Weak Minded Podcast. I'm your host, Mackenzie. We'll see y'all next time. Peace. Deuces, bro. We out, man.